Hey everyone, welcome to another video. I feel like I haven't done a sit-down video in a long time, but today we are going to be talking about this little guy right here. We need to do his 4-month update. It is almost not 4 months anymore. He actually turns 5 months in a week from today. So I figured I would get this filmed. My computer died completely and my husband had to take the whole thing apart and fix it. So I was without a computer for almost a week, which really deterred editing and all those things. So I'm just gonna rush this out to you guys just so I can get it up before he turns 5 months, just for my own sake. So let's talk about this guy. Zagreus is now 4 months old. He is 4.5 months old. But he is doing all the things this month. I feel like this month he really blossomed and bloomed, didn't you? I've been sharing a lot of like cute little things he does on my stories and stuff. Where do I start? He's huge. He is still a very large lad. Right now, he's wearing, what size is this one? This is 9 to 12 months. And see, like it's got like a tiny bit of wiggle room in it, but yeah, we're large. We're large over here. The little tank top onesies I've had him in the past couple of days because it's been hot are all 12 months. So we're really growing like crazy. And I don't remember if my other kids were in these sizes already. Oh, it's hard because I feel like I got so many cute clothes for like 3 to 6 months and then like 6 to 9 even, and he's like out shooting the 6 to 9 months really fast. It depends on the brand. Some stuff fits him, but like a lot of stuff is just fitting him. Oh man. He's getting really good at sitting. As you can see, he wants to sit up. Every time I try and lean him back, he's like, no, let's sit up. So we've been practicing that, playing with lots of toys. I had thought he was gonna get early teeth, and I think he's just like Grayson, where the teething and stuff is just happening really early and then nothing really erupts for a while. So now I'm thinking he'll probably get teeth at 6 months like the other two. But we shall see. He is just learning so much lately and being very interactive with the world around him. He's starting to reach for things and like, well, not reach for things. He's actually like grabbing things and noticing, and he loves when his favorite people come in the room. He can like grab his own passy and put that in his mouth. We don't need more milk right now, sir. He is He's still a bit of an overeater where he will just eat too much and then he will spit up a lot. So we're working on that during the day. I think sometimes he just is like, I could eat right now. So I'm starting to like take him out in the world more, show him more things. We're starting to really interact with things around us. Like he notices the dogs and plants, and he notices what we're doing. He loves to go water the garden with me and just be outside and touch the grass, and it's a really, really fun age. Definitely large though. Like I think when you're with your own baby all the time, you don't realize like comparatively how the size difference between other babies sometimes, because we went out for dinner the other day and there was a baby in the booth beside us, and we just kind of like, the baby was like yelling and babbling and they were like, oh, and it was like, it's fine, don't worry, like we know what it's like, we've got one. And I assumed their baby was around the same age because they look like their baby looked a little bit bigger than Zig, but just a little bit. So I thought maybe he was like 5 months old, maybe 6 months old. And then we were talking and they were like, oh, how old's your baby and how old's yours? And it turns out their baby was like 8.5 months. And I was like, wow, my 4-month-old is like almost the same size. That's crazy. So it's a little funny in terms like, I don't know, you just don't, sometimes you're so used to your own baby that, I don't know, I just find those moments funny where it's just like, oh wow, I have like my baby's so much smaller than other babies or so much bigger than other babies, you know. It's just like this funny little thing that I don't usually get to, like, I don't go to baby groups, I don't go to all these things where you can kind of see other babies of the same age very much. So sometimes it's a bit shocking where I'm like, oh, really big, okay, because I know we go through clothes and everything, but I don't know, to see it is something a little different. So that's a little bit funny. Something really cute that has happened is he has officially like found his feet. he really has found his feet. He like grabs them and plays with them and wants to stick them in his mouth, because before he was like couldn't quite grab them all the time, and now he's like my foot. And I love this stage. I think it's so fun when babies can grab their own feet. I don't know, baby feet are adorable. There's something about it. You see, he's just like, he plays with toys now. I notice he's getting frustrated with some of his toys. He's got 2 toys that sometimes he gets, I feel like developmentally and like mentally and body development wise, he's more ahead mentally than he is physically sometimes, where he just gets frustrated that he can't do exactly what he wants to do with that specific thing. So he's got a couple of toys, or sometimes he just gets really frustrated with him and I can't give him to them, or I can't give them to him if he's like at all a little bit tired or anything, because he'll just get mad at them, and it's really kind of funny. His bite is so intense. He wants to bite everybody's fingers, and it's like he goes to town and it's hard. You see his little yeah, we're still biting. Eczema is still present. I don't know if you can see it a little bit, but it's getting better. I think it's just one of those things where he just needs to grow out of it, like Grayson did as well. He is saying a lot more. He's babbling. He, like when we talk, he'll go like, wow, 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 wow. He wants to talk too. He'll yell sometimes. That's a pretty blanket, hey? He likes a lot of my crocheted blankets. He just wants to like play with the kids and do the things. He doesn't hate tummy time anymore. We don't really need to do tummy time. He'll just like roll over onto his tummy to play with stuff now, and he'll roll back if he doesn't want to play. So that's really good. I don't really do a tummy time. That's like something I've always been like, I have different views on the whole tummy time thing, because I just believe they will develop naturally as long as they get lots of like time on the floor to explore their bodies. And 3 for 3, he's figured it out and can roll and flip-flop now back and forth whenever he likes and push himself up and do all those things. We've kind of switched to finger munching and less thumb. He still will suck thumb every once in a while, but I wonder if he'll grow out of the thumb sucking, because he's been like munching his fingers, and that's a newer thing to this month. And then the other thing is like sometimes, yeah, I think after a hot day his eczema gets a little bit itchy, and so when he's falling asleep, only like nursing on this side, and his eczema is exposed, he'll itch it when he's trying to fall asleep, and it's like sometimes I'll go and I'll give it like a gentle rub to try and relieve it for him, so, and put his cream on so he doesn't like scratch it. But that's been something that's been hard, because now he can just like go ahead and like itch things, and so sometimes we have some little scratch marks on our face. Hey, something that is hilarious that I'll show you guys right now. So something that's hilarious that he started to do. So this baby is so into food. None of my other babies, like I have 10, both of my older kids, they were not interested in what we were doing really until, 6 months. Mackenzie didn't start really eating until like 10 months. Grayson was closer, he was like 6.5 months maybe. Zagreus is so into food. It is totally new territory. I've had to go back and do a lot of research on the like feeding methods that I am really that I really believe in, because we do like ancestral eating, so we follow a lot of like Weston A. Price, like nourishing traditions methods for feeding baby. But it's made me kind of re-research everything, because I've never had a baby who at 4 months old wants to eat. It's so new to me. Old Rainbow would have judged the crap out of me, but it is what it is. So this is the funniest thing I'm going to show you. It's like whenever I take a drink, he just wants to participate. I don't think he realizes that we're drinking yet, but if I like, and he needs to put his mouth on it too. There's nothing on the top of the glass, but it's so funny. Whatever I drink, a water bottle, he knows how to drink out of a straw. Like if I would have kept that straw in, he would have tried to go for the straw. Like he needs to participate in every single bite and every single sip. He's so into it. This kid is 4 months old. I don't understand it. It's the funniest thing. So every day, Zagreus and I have coffee. Not actually. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not actually giving my baby coffee, but he does like slurp on the glass. And then, yeah, he gets frustrated when I take it away. See, this is what I mean. I don't know if you can see it, but I feel like he just gets frustrated that his hands aren't doing exactly what he wants them to do yet. Because he's little still, and like his body can't keep up with his brain, I feel like. Anyway, the food thing is hilarious, and it's made me have to research and rethink everything. Before, I was a really big advocate of like 0 food before 6 months, only breast milk, open gut, that whole thing. If you don't know, it's like where a baby's gut is open to, like, there's essentially a hole in their digestive system, and particles of what they consume goes into their bloodstream. And so the old research said that that didn't close until 6 months. So I was actually really, really strongly passionate about making sure they didn't have anything except for breast milk before that time, to prevent gut issues and things like that in the future. But in researching everything, you know, times change. If you have a baby, you should research, like, you should double check into everything. It's just like a PSA. Especially if it's been a few years since your last baby. Things change so rapidly. And actually some new studies were released on open gut, which was really fascinating, and I so appreciate. And they studied it with sugar particles. Oh. Right, we just had a little spit up incident. He was mad that he spit up on his Pooh Bear. Okay. So I mean, you were a little gluttonous before, and now we got pukies. Honestly, I think he probably has a little bit of reflux, but it's not a problem. So we haven't made it one, but he does spit up quite often, so we always just have to be prepared. Okay, anyways, as I was saying about these sugar particles, they tested it with sugar particles, open gut, and they with different sizes, and they found that open gut actually seals as early as just a couple weeks after birth, and it's always, like, in every single baby they studied, it was sealed by something like 3 months old. And then there's like a lot of research done in different countries and cultures, and looking at baby eating. Anyway, it was very fascinating research. So basically the research did change since I was first, you know, doing baby food. I'm very grateful for just the ability to look into things and change my mind, and to do different things based on new research. I think that's the important thing, right? Is when you know better, you do better, and when new things come out, you can look at those and potentially change your mind or your decision based on the current amount of information out there. So anyway, he is fascinated with food. So old me would have never, ever, ever given food before 6 months. Never. I would have judged the crap out of myself, which I find hilarious. Now, like, looking back, it's just funny. But he is so interested in food, and we're talking like I eat and he's lunging for it and yelling at me and so upset that I am not putting it in his mouth, and like to the point where if I'm eating something that he can't have, I have to hide it. I can't eat it in front of him. So it's kind of hilarious that he's just teaching me so many new things. So we have started some tastes of some foods. We're starting very, very slow with just like the Nourishing Traditions kind of in Weston A. Price method. Why are we upset? We're never fussy, and I turn on the camera and all of a sudden we're having a fussy day? What's going on? Just mad about it, hey? That's okay. We all you can feel your feelings. Anyway, so we have started a couple of little bites of things. And now I would have never done this if my baby didn't show extreme signs of readiness. Like, he is swallowing his drool. He can almost sit up completely on his own. He started with like watching us chew and motioning and going, mom, with us. he's starting to really understand it. So we started him with egg yolks from farm fresh chickens, and he loves them. There's no gag reflex. I'm shocked. Like, it's actually still shocking to me just how different every baby can be. It's my 3rd time around and I'm still like, what the heck? Because there's no tongue reflex anymore. He wants it so bad and he just nums it all right up. And so he's eaten egg yolks and a little bit of mashed banana. I'm still doing the thing where you wait a few days, make sure they have a bowel movement in between. Are you telling them how much you love egg yolk? So usually he either has a little bit of my eggs in the morning, if I'm having like egg that has yolk, if it's been, as long as I'm not eating hot sauce on it, or I make him his own little hard-boiled egg. But he loves egg yolk and he loves banana. I'm starting to I'm not feeding him regularly. I don't even know if you can hear me. I'm not feeding him regularly or anything, but I am giving him taste. Like, when he's so ravenous for it, like, he just screeches for it and he wants it so bad. And so in those moments, I do give him some of those, like, we've just started with those basic foods. Yeah. I plan to give him some breast milk slushies this summer when it's really hot. Are we talking about it? Yeah. And then the next food, we're going to do some bone broth. And then we'll move on to like avocado and sweet potato and carrot. We won't do any grains. We won't do any grains until after a year, with the exception of probably some sprouted oats and soaked oats. And then my sourdough, obviously, because it's like fermented. Yeah. And so we're going to just slowly move in. No raw, and we don't do raw veggies until like a year either. So we'll slowly start with like those really nutrient dense foods. Yeah, you tell him. You tell him. You use your little voice. Yeah, you tell them. They're here for you, my dude. They are. So we're just starting very slowly, but I just don't know how slowly I'm going to be able to take it with this kid, because he wants to try it all. So I just really listen to him. If he pushes it away or he doesn't want it, I only give him things when he brings it to his own mouth. But yeah, that's a new thing, and that's a big 4-month update thing, is we are trying foods. And he's done great with them. There's been no issues, no digestive issues, no skin reactions, nothing. I think he's just a large and hungry lad. Right? Yeah? You watch mommy talk to the camera, so you're talking to the camera. He's so observant. He's like, this is what we do. We talk to the camera and we wave. I don't think he's waving yet. I think this sounds crazy, but I swear to the heavens, he is saying mama. Like, maybe not like looking at me and being like mama, but he is, whenever he's upset, since he was born, when I pick him up, I say mama. So he knows that that word is associated with comfort and me and like getting picked up and held. And so if somebody else is holding him and he doesn't want to be with them anymore, he yells mama. Mama! Like, and it's not like mama, 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 or any baby sounds, it's mama. So I swear, like, other people have heard it and been like, that sounds like mama. So I don't know. I haven't like counted it as the first word yet, but I don't know. I'm suspicious. Anyway, what else? There's food. There's so much happening. We're sitting almost on our own. We're learning leaps and bounds. We are still sleeping really good. Naps have been a little bit weird, which is why I'm filming this right now, is I'm trying to tire him out so he'll go down for a nap so I can do some maybe podcast filming. Oh, thank you. He plays with my watch all the time and he locks me out of it constantly. He's just observant. He loves life. He wants to be around and looking at things. And I kind of don't sweat the daytime sleep as much. because he's a champion nighttime sleeper. He slept until almost 10:30 this morning. Yeah. And I think he might be going through another growth spurt or something because he's been nursing like crazy in the night and throughout the day. So yeah, he's just like, he's doing all the things. He's just a happy little lad. He loves to come with us everywhere. He just wants me to hold him. He wants to watch me make bread. He wants to go grocery shopping. He wants to go in the car. He loves the car. He wants to go for walks. He wants to look at all the dogs. He wants to look at people. He loves people. We went to the garden center and he was just laughing at people and smiling. He wants to see all the things. Yeah. Yeah. We're just talking about all the things. Okay, so we're getting a little bit fussy and a little bit yelly. I'm really good. We'll talk about postpartum for a second. 4 months postpartum. No, we won't talk about that. Oh, let's rock. Ooh. Yay! Let's have fun instead of be sad. Do. So yeah, I'm doing really well postpartum. No complaints, except I have been having a couple of moments of kind of like pelvic pain flare up where I just get stiff in my pubic bone and it kind of locks up sometimes. So I don't know if like my bed is too firm or something. I'm not sure. It's kind of like a weird situation. We'll see. Yeah, I don't know. It's like that's really the only complaint I have postpartum is just like I thought that would completely go away and it's not completely gone away. So I've been really working on my pelvic floor. I'm trying to just strengthen that core a lot and just strengthen all the muscles around, you know, in my abdomen to try and help that situation. I'm hoping it doesn't get worse. I'm like, I don't know, if I keep having flare-ups, then I will probably go check in with a pelvic floor therapist. But I actually think it's my lower back. So I think I might go to the chiro and see if that kind of like helps things. I think there's too much pressure on my low back and it's like coming around the other side and like creating pressure in other spots now that I've actually like had some time to feel it out. So that's the only like annoying thing that I've had postpartum, but other than that, I feel really good. I feel mentally very healthy, no anxiety, no sense of postpartum depression. I've been keeping, but honestly, I credit those things to sleep and good nutrition. So just making sure that I am really well nourished so I can take care of all these kids. Yeah, all these kids and this sweet baby. But yeah, I've been feeling really good besides that. So there's not a whole lot to report there. The hair loss has stopped. So thank goodness. I was losing so much hair, but in this month it has dwindled down and now I feel like I lose just a normal amount of hair. I have really long, thick hair. Thankfully it was ready for the hair loss because it was intense, like clumps of hair, so much hair loss. Very normal for me. I have so much hair. I don't lose a lot of it in pregnancy, so yeah. This is really thin for me. Usually each braid would be like combined. So I have lost quite a bit of hair, but thankfully it's not too noticeable. Especially, thank goodness, I don't know why I just listen to everybody being like, don't get bangs. I think if you get good bangs, I've had bad bangs before, a few years ago. Good bangs are a postpartum mom's best friend. They take literally 2 minutes to blow dry in the morning and just style real quick and like get them in a haphazardly okay position. But they hide all the little baby hairs. That regrowth that starts to come through, they're hidden in bangs. They just blend in with your bangs. It's brilliant. I love it so much. Why didn't I think of this with the other 2 kids? I have no idea. Bangs are my best friend. I'm keeping them forever. I love them so much. So yeah, that's all I really have to report. Okay, I'm gonna try and get this baby down for a nap. He's telling me he's done. Okay, you guys, I'm gonna let you go put this baby to bed. Try and get a nap in, get some chores done, you know, all the things. I'm so happy to have my computer back and get videos back out to you. So you will be seeing a backlog of vlogs that I've had filmed. Ooh. See, even the most chill babies get fussy sometimes. We're having a fussy day. I don't know. He's never this fussy. It's very weird, but maybe it's just because I'm distracted and I'm talking and he's like, we should be doing other things. Anyway, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I probably forgot stuff as usual, but whatever. We'll see you in just a couple weeks. I'll probably film his next update like at like 5.5 months just to try and balance out the scales of being so late this time. But yeah, we're getting big. It's crazy how fast it goes. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in my next one. Bye, guys.